When people fight an abstract enemy, the enemy is not reduced. The individuals are the only people affected. Both Blade Runner and The Crucible answer the question, what effect does fighting an abstract enemy have on individuals? They both answer it in different ways. The enemy for The Crucible is the abstract idea of witches. The enemy for Blade Runner is the human-made replicants. The victims for The Crucible are the women and men either accused of witchery or accompaniment of witches. The victims for Blade Runner are the replicants who are hunted down for rebelling against being a slave. Both victims' punishment is death. The following two slides will place Abigail and Roy into direct comparison. At first, these two may not seem too similar, as Roy's integrity is kept in the film, while Abigail's is not, but they both have groups that they lead and they both protect their group, even if Abigail is doing this in self-interest. Abigail Williams is the instigator of the entire witch hunt, and she essentially becomes a figure of authority. Her initial objective was to kill John Proctor's wife. Quote from Betty, "You drank a charm to kill Goody Proctor," end quote. And the charm that she drank failed, as Goody Proctor is still alive. Abigail knows that Tituba's apparent charm was in fact fake. She knows this because Goody Proctor is still alive. This fact established, she still accuses Tituba of witchery. She does this as a survival measure because she believes that if she shifts blame to Tituba, then she will be forgotten. As Tituba calls out names of people who she accused of associating with the devil, Abigail also joins in. Quote by Abigail, "I want to open myself," end quote. And, quote, Abigail, "I saw Sarah Good with the devil. I saw Goody Osborne with the devil. I saw Bridget Bishop with the devil," end quote. After this act, Abigail becomes an authoritative figure of the court. She can accuse anyone and the victim will be investigated. Quote by Cheever, "Why, Abigail Williams charge her," end quote. When she is offered a way out of her situation, she declines due to a new position and stubbornness. Quote by Danforth, "It is possible, child, that the spirits you have seen are illusion only, some deception that may cross your mind when—" Abigail, "Why, this is a base question, sir." End quote. Abigail doesn't like the idea of her losing power over the court, so she denies that the supernatural events she describes are illusions. She could have easily at first considered it, and then this would have led to no one else being hurt, but the character that Abigail is stops this. She is stubborn, self-interested human, and she was the main cause of the witch hunts. Abigail's personal world profits from her accusing people, and most people seem fine with her doing this, as long as she accuses people who do not fit in the Puritan society. However, her public integrity is destroyed as she accuses Elizabeth. Elizabeth herself has a good public integrity, and her accusal leads to John Proctor being hanged. This destroys Abigail's integrity, as John and Elizabeth were integral parts of the community. Roy's character is a lot more integral than Abigail. When we first see Roy, we assume him to be the villain, because scenes 3 to 4 label him as one.
They jumped the shuttle off-world, killed the crew and passengers. We found the shuttle drifting off the coast 2 weeks ago, so we know they're around.
What's this?
Nexus 6, Roy Batty. Incept date 2016. Combat model, optimum self-sufficiency. Probably the leader.
In the end, though, we find that Roy is the hero, as he was only trying to lengthen his and his group's lifespan. This is similar to Abigail in that she is trying to lengthen her lifespan and the group's lifespan. Roy does kill Tyrell, though, because he knows that he has no time left to live. Roy lets go of his humanity at this point because he is frustrated that Tyrell can't give him a longer lifespan. He kills him to signify that he has no control on him and that he hates the man that made him to only live for 4 years as a slave.
Nothing the god of biomechanics wouldn't let you in heaven for.
Whether you find that Roy did the wrong or right thing through trying to lengthen his life, he redeems himself when he saves Deckard and happily dies knowing that he at least had a good life and changed a person's perspective. Roy and Abigail are similar in many ways, but also contrast each other in many other ways. The human experiences are both similar, but each go in a different way to solve their problem. Roy lives the rest of his life by giving one last message to Deckard and reminiscing that his life was good, while Abigail keeps her life but destroys her integrity and other people's lives. So to answer the question, what does fighting an abstract enemy do to individuals? I will answer by stating that the only thing that suffers from fighting an abstract enemy is the individuals who are accused of being associated with the enemy.